Hello, dear friends. This is Rabbi Rosenblatt, and I'm in Eretz Yisrael. I'm here with our dear Judah Powers, who has come to co-present this Dvar Torah with me. Judah, you want to say hello to everybody back at the ROJC?
Hello.
We're in the conference room of the beautiful Yeshivat Lev HaTorah in Beit Shemesh, and I must tell you that there is, as you know from the newspapers, some tension here in Israel. But why it is so wonderful to be here is to remember that everything which is beautiful and which is sweet and which is normal continues. Also, it's wonderful to remind you that just by joining us here for these few moments of Torah together, you are part of Ki'ish Echad B'Lev Echad, the One Person, One Heart campaign, to bring us all together in Torah in the hope that the Almighty will accept that offering of unity as something that He can accept instead of bringing us together in tears. We're hoping to reach over 5,000 by Hanukkah, and it's looking good. This week, we'll all be reading Parshat Vayishlach. And there's a beautiful passage in the Or HaChaim HaKadosh. The Or HaChaim HaKadosh asks, when Yaakov sends the messengers to Esav, the language of the verse in the Torah seems to contain really more detail than necessary. Vayishlach Yaakov malachim lefanav el Esav achiv, and Yaakov sent malachim. Were they messengers? Rashi says they were actual angels. And Jacob sent angels before him el Esav achiv, to Esav, his brother. The Or HaChaim HaKadosh asks, why all this specificity? Any reader of the Chumash who's been following things since Parshat Toldos knows that Yaakov has a brother and that his name is Esav. And so the repetition seems redundant. It also doesn't explain why Yaakov had to employ angels, divine beings, for this task. The Or HaChaim HaKadosh explains that Esav was a complicated character. On one hand, he was Esav, associated with violence, with hatred, with negativity, with implacable, vicious competition with Yaakov. On the other hand, he was also capable of being a real brother, a loving brother. Yaakov didn't know which Esav he would actually be confronting. Would it be the foe, or would it be the brother? And depending on which Esav, the message would have to be different. And so the agency was go and determine. Go and watch. Decide which Esav it is that you meet and respond accordingly. In order to have this wisdom, in order to have this insight, in order to see beyond disguises, and in order to transcend one's own visceral reactions, sometimes stored up because of fear and because of bitter memories, one really has to be an angel. This Dvar Torah seems here in Eretz Yisrael to be particularly poignant, because whereas we are not here living together with our brother Esav, we are certainly here with our cousins, the children of Yishmael. And something of that duality is also present. Are these the people who hate us, who would do us harm, who would drive us into the sea? Or perhaps they are the people with whom at various points in history we have lived with cooperation and respect and even affection. And they may be both. And if someday peace is to come to this land, it will be because the children of Yaakov Avinu find among themselves malachim human angels who will have the capacity to respond to both Yishmaels. Yes, to defend our people, to keep the Jews of Israel safe, to keep the world a safe place for the state of Israel. But at the same time, to remember to be available to the brother who may emerge, who may re-emerge, and when that time comes, to have the courage to embrace him. Vayishlach Yaakov malachim lefanav. Jacob found the angels. May Hashem provide us and our precious Israel with the angels who can play both roles as history requires. It's wonderful to be here, and it's wonderful to be speaking to you. We pray together that peace may come to Israel, and that we can use our angels as its agents. Take good care. Thanks, Judah. You were great, as usual. Say goodbye to the folks at home, Judah.
Bye.